All right. Let's see what we got going on today. What the hell is going on here? All right, we got a big imbalance here. We just kind of tapping into big rejection off that huge imbalance. Let me see if I can go to a different time frame. Dang, I don't know why it's not loading up the... So, pretty big downside. We're hovering right around the view op area. So, actually, let me go to the 5-minute chart. We're gonna wait for that 5-minute range to kind of form. Sweet, taking out those highs up here, and then sellers coming in aggressively. We got 2 minutes left till this 5-minute range kind of sets itself in. We're back down below view op area, so pretty bearish to me. Unless structure really starts to kind of shift to the upside. Other than that, I am pretty bearish biased. But again, that could change. We're still kind of hovering over view op. Let me quickly check. Do we got any news today? No, we do not have any news today, so don't need to worry about any news or anything like that. Alright. Alright, trying to get back above view op. Interesting. Seeing how this 5-minute range closes here. We got 1 minute left till this 5-minute range closes, and we're still pushing higher. I can go ahead pretty much mark out those lows of the 5-minute range. I think those lows are pretty set. Unless it changes, I'll redraw it, but as of now, I'll just go ahead and draw those lows down there. And the high is still pushing higher. It's gonna start to turn into something interesting here. We did sell off a lot, so we're maybe pushing to seeing how this 5-minute candle closes. If it closes pretty bullish, then let me see. Go ahead and draw that line up here. Got 5 seconds left, or 5 seconds left. All right. So we got that top of the 5-minute range. I'm gonna go drop down to a 1-minute chart. Closing pretty bullish here, so let's see. Let's see. Man, it's pretty volatile today, huh? Go ahead and zoom in just a little bit. Here, give me a second. Give me a second. I'll be back. I'm gonna go ahead and
Discovery, go and throttle up. Discovery's 4 computers now have primary control.
See what happens here. If we could get momentum to step back in. We're above VWAP right now. We got to hold VWAP. Once we start breaking below VWAP, it starts to get pretty ugly. So I'm going to cut losses if it starts to turn ugly. But as of now, we're still holding VWAP. We got this support, massive level of support down here. So again, do not copy my trades. Please do not copy me. Seeing if buyers can hold VWAP. They're trying hard. They're trying. There is a lot of bearish sentiment today. I'm not going to lie. With the tariff news, the reason we had that massive sell-off was because of the whole Greenland tariff crap that's going on. So the market's kind of spooked because of that. But we're showing signs of bullishness right now. If they can hold it up. If not, then that's a different story. But all right, pushing back up. Bearish, right? There is a lot of bearish sentiment, but right now, currently, we're in the bullish sentiment right now. On a short term, I'm talking about short term. We're in some bullish sentiment because we're above VWAP. We're holding VWAP. Buyers stepped in pretty aggressively at open. We do also have a gap up there. That's something to keep in mind. There is an imbalance up there. I'll show you the imbalance just a second. Once this trade is over, I'll show the imbalance, but market. Crap. I was trying to get below view up here. Took a little bit of a risky move longing, but sentiment was bullish. See if we could get a bounce up here. Buyers can start coming in. I mean down here. We got some levels trying to hold price up, so this could be a level where buyers could start coming in again. This is kind of the last resort. Once this breaks, I mean, it's pretty much downhill from here on out. But yeah, bears are being pretty aggressive, but see if they can push it back above VWAP. Looks like we'll see. We may go lower here. This is the last resort for them to kind of push it back up. If not, this thing's going lower. We are below VWAP, which is not a good thing. Trying to push back above VWAP right now. We're testing this as resistance. If we break through this, we can go higher. But if we can't break through this 275 level with momentum and keep pushing through it, then all right, breaking back above. Let's see if it holds it up. Hopefully sellers aren't aggressive enough to push this thing back down. There are buyers stepping back in. Nice. Awesome. Getting this chop, this view up chop is the most annoying crap ever. Come on, buyers. All right, looks like we're going for those. Looks like we're going up. Oh my gosh. This thing is having so much trouble getting up there. We're still in this 5-minute range is the problem. We get some chop in this 5-minute range. So, I need these buyers to step in and start breaking out of this range. Here they come. Hopefully this doesn't make a lower low, because we've been kind of forming the structure to the downside. We made a high, a lower high, and here's another. If this is another lower high, it doesn't look good. But so far, right, we kind of swept those lows, kind of swept this internal liquidity and popped it right back up. So that's another area where I said where buyers could start stepping back in, and so where they stepped back in. That's kind of the last resort to keep pushing this higher. If they can't hold it, then we're gonna go lower. All right, looks like we're going to break out of this 5-minute range to the upside at this point. Oh my gosh, this volatility is wild, bruh. Holy crap, come on, man. This is so freaking, like, really, bruh? That close? Why does this always happen? Why? Every freaking time. Like clockwork. It gets to my TP and freaking drops. Why? Explain this phenomenon. Holy chop fest. First day back from a weekend and we're in chop. Welcome to the chop. Oh man, freaking NASDAQ. Like, I'm not asking a lot from it. I really am not asking a lot. And here it is chopping around like a freaking... Oh, man. Is this an inverse head and shoulders? So maybe an inverse head and shoulders coming up here. I always, man, hold on. Maybe a it's maybe an inverse head and shoulders coming up here. If this is an inverse head and shoulders, it's looking good to the upside. If buyers can start stepping in here. We're still holding view op. That's the thing. We're still holding it. So sentiment's still good. We're still above view op. We're going with the trend so far. Unless this thing starts breaking back down, then it starts to look ugly again. Ugh. Here it is, breaking back down. Freaking. Can't win, huh? You just can't win. You can't just live a normal life. You gotta get freaking. Oh, God, it's NASDAQ. The more this chops, the more iffy I get about this trade. Because if it chops and it fails to go higher, guess what? What's gonna happen? It's gonna go lower. I hate chop with a passion. With a passion! If you took ES, you probably would have been alright. Did ES take out the... I'm still looking good. Still looking good. We're still holding view op. Buyers are still coming in aggressively at those lows. Possibly forming an inverse head and shoulders here. So, that does give me confidence. Man, this thing is freaking volatile as hell. This is really volatile. So be careful, guys. This is some really volatile price action. This is how you can get chopped up if you're not careful and completely destroy your account. My TP is just a freaking, it's a repellent for price. Comes right up to it and just freaking just tanks. Back down. We got like 10 minutes till that 10 a.m. mark. I hope it doesn't take out lows down there for before that 10 a.m. run that usually happens. Ugh. This thing's giving me too much anxiety! ES took the high. Ooh. Hopefully that's not a, whatever they call, SMT. This thing looks like it wants to break out. We do have a gap up there. That's the thing. We have that gap that's never been filled. So price could, you know, there is reasons for price to go up. There is reasons. It does have its reasons. I'll show you after this hits TP. All right, I'll show you. We good, we good. We good, we're good. We're good. All right. Let's see if I could see it on us. For some reason, my hourly chart wasn't loading earlier. Oh, crap. Hold on. I don't know why my hourly chart's not loading. Hold on. Crap. What's going on here? Alright, I can show you on a 30-minute chart. I don't know why my hourly chart's not loading. Look at this. When we had this drop, actually... Wait, is that it? Hold on, let me see. No, that's not what I'm looking at. Where's the other one? All right, that 2559 level. No, something ain't right here. Hold on. Oh, right. I'm tripping. So we do have this gap up here. You see this gap up here? That gap, that's the 6 a.m. That's the 6 o'clock open, right? Oh, no, that's not. That's from... Something's wrong. Hey, let me reset this chart. Hold on. Something's not right here. I'm looking at my other chart. It's tripping me up. Give me a second. We have a gap up there. I don't know why it's on this chart. Something's not. All right. I'm just, this freaking candle is tripping me up. What the hell is up with this candle? That's not supposed to. Or am I just an idiot? But pretty much we have a gap still. We have a small gap up there that needs to get, that would think want to get filled. So, we'll see. We'll see about that. But pretty much now it's taking out. That's why I took my profits and I got out. This chop fest crap is the most annoying crap in the world. If you have to go through this chop. Oh my gosh, bro. It's. So originally we opened up. I was actually bearish biased before price opened up. I was very bearish. Especially with the Greenland tariff crap going on. That's the reason the market sold off so much recently. And I was like, man, the sentiment's really bearish today. So, but, you know, we opened up. We had buyers start stepping in aggressively, right? Buyers started stepping in aggressively. So, we pushed above VWAP, started holding VWAP. Now I'm looking at this chart as we got all this support down here now, right? If you zoom out, this is a 1 minute chart, but if I go to like a 15-minute chart, what you'll start to notice is we started to displace above these highs. So we had this, what is it, 285 level up here. We started to displace, we closed very strong. So I'm like, all right, now we can get a pullback and hold that as support. We've pushed above VWAP. Yes, we are pushing into a massive imbalance, right? We are inside a really big imbalance from that initial drop, but I figured we could get at least a retest for a quick pop back up and for me to be able to scalp that, and that's exactly what happened. We got that retest into that massive resistance level that now turned into support level, got a bounce off of it, and we're pushing back up. So as long as we stay above VWAP, I mean, pretty bullish biased as long as we stay above VWAP. Now if we start dropping below, VWAP right now is at 276. So that 276 level, which is right about where that gold line is. So we got the pivot point, we got VWAP gold line. If we start breaking below that, displace below, start holding below VWAP and displacing below it, that's when I'll start to shift bearish biased. Ugh. PA is buns. Yeah, it is, bro. This is annoying. I'm glad I just took profits where I took profits at the highs. I figured we could chop. I mean, this is really annoying price action, especially for like, you know, I kind of accounted for, you know, chop doesn't really hurt me if I don't have super tight stop losses to the point where chop really like takes me out. My stop losses are at levels that make sense, right? So, but other people that like have super tight stops that are like trying to scalp, 20-point moves, this is how you get wrecked. You can absolutely like get wrecked in this kind of price action. I mean, you're getting swings of like this one candle right here. I mean, look at this. It's what, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. It's like 55, 60 points. So you're getting 60-point candles, almost 100-point candles. It's pretty crazy. This one candle right there was what? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Yeah, 65. So about 60-point candles. That's pretty volatile. So it's like, you can really get wrecked if you're not careful. All right, what was I gonna do? Let me go quickly to. Oh, come on. All right, pushing back up, man. What are you trading? NASDAQ. Took one good trade so far. As of now, I mean, obviously I'm not gonna long up here. I took profits up there, so I'm not about to try to long somewhere up here once I already took profits on and closed out a trade. So for me to be able to even think about getting long at this point, price has to come back down for these lows possibly. Maybe take out some of these lows, hold view up, pop back above view up, form some structure. I'm kind of pretty picky. I need a good setup if this is gonna go, for me to look for me to get another setup. Yeah, this is NASDAQ futures. Thoughts on London lows? It's possible. It has a lot to get through to go to London lows, and it's possible. I mean, like I said, if price can't go up, what do you like? Think about logically what's gonna happen if we're trying to go up, we can't go up, we can't go up, and right, the bulls start getting weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker, and eventually it just goes down. So that's why that's why I don't like chop, because that's what freaks me out, is like, all right, if this thing just keeps failing to go higher and higher and higher, after a certain point, it could drop. But yeah, London lows, it could get there. It's just, it's got to get through. I mean, it's got view up, it's got this 200. We got a pivot point there. It's got to break those 5-minute lows. I mean, it's got some room to get all the way down there. But could it happen? Of course it could happen. It starts to look like that's a possibility the longer we go and the longer we start chopping. But it doesn't start to look pretty ugly for the bulls unless we start to break all these pretty big levels, right? Unless we start to break the 200, the view up, the pivot. Then it starts to look ugly for the bulls, and the view up break, I think, is what starts to scare a lot of the bulls out of it, because that's a sign that we're turning bearish. Plus, think about it this way, right? We just took out these highs, right? We just took out these highs. We've rejected off that pivot point. Price could go for a low, right? Price could be retracing to take out some kind of a low before it goes higher. And you really don't know. It could be an internal low, or it could be one of these like big external lows down there. Time to buy. For me to buy, I need structure to be formed. Like the reason I took that first trade was because we broke massive structure to the upside. That's the reason I took the first trade. We had this structure start to form. We broke that massive structure. We retraced back into it to go higher. And that's the reason I kind of took that first trade. Now, I mean, we don't really have structure forming here. This thing is crazy volatile. This is wild. Like, this is insane. This is probably because of the tariff crap that's going on. But yeah. If we start getting decent structure and we can look for a long. As of now, I mean, I took one good trade, made my money. Slow and steady wins the race. We push forward. We push forward. We look for good setups. If I get 2 good setups a day, I take 2 trades. If I only get 1 good setup a day, I only take 1 trade. If I get no good setups, I don't take anything. It's ranged. It's freaking... Ugh. This thing's stuck in the 5-minute range. I would just say be careful longing. We still are bullish biased, right? But you gotta be careful longing at this point. I don't know. Doesn't look like a good time to long, to be honest with you. We could go up. Now, if we start breaking these highs, that's a different deal. We start turning pretty bullish if we start breaking those highs and start like really ripping to the upside and displacing to the upside. We're literally right at view op, so ooh, this is a make or break. If price starts dropping below view op, starts to get scary for the bulls. I'm glad I took profits. Gosh, my freaking head is cold. Bruh. Man, it's the one downside of not having a lot of hair. Maybe I should grow out my hair. If I lived in a colder climate, I'd probably have longer hair. This is like so difficult. We're rejecting off this structure kind of form to the downside. Ooh. This thing can't start breaking above. This thing's going lower. Above this structure here, this internal, the structure that formed. What time is it? All right, it's 10 o'clock. Ooh. Did anyone trade yesterday? I didn't trade yesterday. I figured like the stock market was closed, so I figured there's not going to be much volume, but I saw a lot of people trading yesterday. I'm like, how are people trading yesterday? It don't make sense why you would trade yesterday. I mean, I don't know. You would think if the stock market is closed, so if all the stocks that make up NASDAQ and S&P 500 are shut down, you would think there's going to be no volume on the NASDAQ. But yeah, people were trading yesterday. I mean, I don't know. It's all right. I took a longer weekend just to relax, reset. London lows, possible, yeah. I mean, London lows are. Bulls are failing to get it higher. I wouldn't I wouldn't bet on it just yet. I mean, like I said, if we start breaking below view op, this is kind of the pivot area right here. This level, if price can't hold this level here where my cursor is, I don't know if you can see it. If price can't hold this level, we're gonna go lower. We're gonna probably drop, maybe go for those lows somewhere down there, London lows. So it's kind of iffy. As long as we stay above VWAP, I would not try to short something above VWAP. That's just my personal preference. That's my general rule. That's why I don't think it's a good idea shorting above VWAP. Once it starts really dropping and confirming this thing wants to go lower, then you can take the trend lower. But we're in a we're in a spot right now where price is balanced. Price is average right now. Price is not in discount. It's not in premium. It's average. It's what VWAP is. We're bouncing off VWAP. It's volume weighted average price. It's the average price. So you could see a chop here until we start showing signs to the upside or downside. You can't force price to do something, right? You can only react. Once price does something, then you react off of it doing that thing. But a lot of traders tried to guess in terms of like, all right, we're at VWAP. It's kind of like, all right, we could push up or we could push down. It could go either way. So gotta stick to your strategy, whatever your strategy calls for, not buy just random areas. And VWAP is open. No, VWAP is volume weighted average price. It takes the volume, right, and price, and it plots a line. So VWAP is a very it's an indicator that it's the most popular indicator in the market. I mean, I think even hedge funds, even like Citadel said that they use VWAP. So hedge funds use VWAP. So that's why it works so good, is because so many people use it. All right, now it's starting to look ugly. I said if we can't break above this, you see this structure that started to form. So we took out that high, right? Then we made this low right here off this imbalance, right? We started bouncing off that imbalance to push higher. Price failed to go higher. Then we broke through it. So now this is kind of like an internal structure. So once we broke down, I said, if we can't break above this right here, this structure, if we can't break above it and start pushing up, starts to look ugly. So we started to, buyers were trying, we tried to break above it and failed. And we kept trying, and then price failed to go higher. It held that as resistance. So now that got held as resistance, now we're breaking below VWAP. We've just dropped below VWAP. So that's the first sign I think it's going to scare a lot of bulls away, is when we start breaking below VWAP. Now, if we start, just because we broke it doesn't mean anything. We got to start displacing. Once we start displacing below VWAP, that's when you start to go, all right, we're in bearish sentiment now. Because they can easily just pop this back up right above VWAP. VWAP is useless when macro deteriorates? When macro deteriorates, what do you mean? I don't think VWAP is useless. VWAP is a very valuable tool to have. Now, it's not a tool to be used to take trades off of. I use it personally. You could use it however you want to, but I use it as a sentiment tool, right? Anytime we're above VWAP, and you hear me say this time and time again in my streams, anytime we're above VWAP, we're in pretty bullish sentiment. All economic indicators. Yeah, well, listen. When price opened up, when the market opened up, so actually, funny thing is, driving to the office today, I mean, I heard on the news what they were saying, the NASDAQ is down X amount. So I knew the NASDAQ was down a lot. So what they were saying on the news on the way where I was driving to the office. So I'm in my mind. It was funny because I'm in my mind. I'm probably shorting today. If the market is down that much, probably shorting today. And I come into the market with a bias. I'm probably going to short today. I was very short biased just based off of the market sentiment, everything going on with the tariffs and Greenland and all this crap going on, and the fact that the market sold off so much. And looked in, we were below VWAP. Give me a second, I think. Right, we were below VWAP on market open. But that doesn't mean that my bias can't change, right? Look at the bullishness that stepped into the market. Look at these buyers that started stepping in aggressively. Once buyers start stepping in aggressively, pushing above VWAP, displacing above a major level, well then I'm looking for a pullback into that major level to go higher. And that's exactly what I did. I went long, where? Honestly, I don't even remember. Somewhere around here. Somewhere around here in the middle is where I went long. And then took profits up here. So, and you could see bulls are pretty strong. You don't want your bias to be like so focused on one thing that your judgment is clouded based on what price is trying to do. That's why I use VWAP as an indicator of like market sentiment. Right now we're literally at VWAP. Until we displace, now you could take these trades, I mean, you know, it's up to you, but ooh. VWAP is good for daily trades. I mean, you could see how many times when we broke above it, right? VWAP is right here where that gold line is, around that gold line. You could see what happened when we broke above it. Look like how many times we're holding VWAP, right? Look how many times we're holding it. And so that's why I like to use VWAP as an extra level of defense, so that if price displaces above VWAP, I'm looking for long. So when I take a long above VWAP and I can have my stop below VWAP, below a low, like that puts me in such a better spot, because in order for price to hit my stop loss, it has to break VWAP and go for a low, which a lot of times it'll hold VWAP. So VWAP becomes like a level of defense for me, for my, you know, for my trade. And I'm going with sentiment, short-term sentiment, not long-term sentiment. Buffett is in 95% cash. Isn't Buffett leaving? I think he's leaving. I read somewhere where he's actually, let me see. Or did he leave already? Freaking spam callers. I wish I'd meet that person one day. Is... All right, so yeah, but Warren Buffett is officially out. I swear, I'm gonna. Ah! Hello? I don't care. All right, what's it called? But yeah, officially Warren Buffett has stepped down as CEO effective January 1st, 2026. So he just stepped down as CEO. So Buffett's son is in? No, it's not his son. It's not his son. Greg Abel, former head of Berkshire's non-insurance operations, assumed CEO position. But Buffett still remains chairman, maintaining oversight, but shifting away from daily management. Dude's like 90. What? How old is he? Isn't he like almost 100 years old? Pretty sure he's almost 100. How old is he? Warren Buffett age. Holy crap. 95 years old. He's gonna be 100 in 2030. Holy man. That's crazy. Bro, living to 100 is impressive. He was born in 1930. Wow. Not that dude had I'm not gonna lie, dude had a blessed life. Not only was he super rich and successful pretty much his whole life, but the dude lived till, well, still alive at 95 years old. And like, you know, still mentally there. He's still functioning. He's still like, cause I feel like you can live till 95, but if you're like bedridden and like not there, then you're not really living. You may be alive, but you're not living, so it doesn't really count. But this dude is still like, it's impressive. Oh, he's gonna be 96 in August? Well, yeah, he would turn 96, right? That's wild. Man, what's his secret? You know what his secret is? McDonald's and Coca-Cola. Doesn't he love Coke? I think he... How much Coke does Warren Buffett drink a day? And he eats McDonald's, bruh. I'm going to McDonald's after this. How much Coke does Warren Buffett drink per day? Oh, oh my. Warren Buffett famously drinks about 5 cans of Coke a day. 5 cans. Screw the doctors that tell me I can't freaking... Bruh. And he eats McDonald's. I have a theory, alright? I got a theory. Look, alright, let's do this. Warren Buffett drinks 5 cans of Coke a day. Donald Trump, how much does Donald Trump drink a day? How much Coke does Donald Trump? Remember, 5 for Warren Buffett. Holy crap. Donald Trump drinks 12 cans of Coke per day. 12. So Donald has beat Warren Buffett by a lot. So there's 12 cans of Coke for Donald Trump, 5 for Warren Buffett per day. Now, how about Bill Gates? Mind you, these are all billionaires. Bill Gates. While Bill Gates drinks Diet Coke around 3 to 4 cans daily. Do I need to start drinking Coke to become a billionaire? Seems like all the billionaires are drinking Coke, not just 1 can. They're freaking drinking 5 to 12 cans a day. And they're all like, Donald Trump is like 79 years old. Warren Buffett's 95. Bill Gates, what's Bill Gates' age? There's something to this. There's something there. Bill Gates is 70 years old, and they all drink a shit ton of Coke a day. There's something in there. I'm telling you. Oh, God. Buffett also takes the most extensive blood tests like Pelosi. Yeah, of course. They do have, you know, the best doctors because they are super rich. But you would think, like, the average doctor is going to tell you not to drink that much Coke per day, right? The average doctor is not going to tell them to, like, Warren Buffett eats McDonald's. The doctors, and so does Trump, right? Trump also eats freaking McDonald's. I think it's McDonald's. He eats burgers and, like, fries every day. So it's like, the average doctor is not going to tell them to do that. If anything, they're disobeying their doctor's orders. But yeah, I guess they're paying attention to blood work and all that. And it's wild. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. This is starting to look a little juicy, but man, I don't know if I should take this trade. This is starting to look like a good trade. The structure that got formed. I may take this actually. If it could give me a, if I was to lose this trade, I would just give back the profits of my first trade. But I do kind of like this trade, to be honest with you. If I do take this, I'm just gonna scalp it. I'm not gonna be greedy with it, because the fact that this market has been chopping sideways, I would have to just take a quick scalp. I don't like the way the market's been moving lately. If this thing give me a pullback, I would enter this trade. If this thing gives me a pullback, if this thing breaks the highs before it pulls back, then it invalidates the trade. So if this thing breaks the highs first, I'm not gonna take it. Sell now. Yeah, I'm not selling when buyers are stupid aggressive right now. That's why so many people lose money, because they try to go against whatever the momentum's showing. Everyone tries to catch the top. I don't know. You do you. This is not financial advice by no means, but I don't know. I personally don't like to go against the trend.
Computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Seeing if we can pull back into this imbalance. I will take the trade. For me personally, do not copy me, but if we do get that pullback, I will take the trade. Again, if it doesn't, if it breaks these highs before it even pulls back, then that invalidates my trade. Because then if it breaks those highs, it could just blow through that level and just go lower. So that's why I'm... Plus, we're at 10:30 mark. It's a little bit dangerous of an area. 10:30 time is dangerous of a time frame, just because we do get pullbacks at 10:30. I've seen it happen, so this would be a little bit of a risky. But I'm just, again, I would just be looking for the scalp. I would not be looking for anything crazy, so. Because I know it's a little bit iffy of a time frame, but we could get a sell-off at 10:30. It does happen. Ugh. See. Gotta be willing to take risks in trading. That's the thing about trading. Dang it. Ah, come on, man. Ah! Well, there goes my trade. It's all right. It's all right. Looking for a little bit deeper of a pullback. I was hoping it could go at least to these highs right here. Got a little bit lower, but it kind of just tapped right into that imbalance and then ripped immediately out of it. That's the kind of long I was looking for right there. Now, I mean, didn't get it. Here, give me a second. I'll be back.